Yo, what's good people, it's Cactus. Hope everyone's feeling blessed today. In the UK, we're finally getting a bit of summer. In Manchester, we're hitting around about 25 degrees, which is just rare for us. But I'm still in dingy producer mode with the blinds shut and the LEDs on. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I start cooking up, I have to have the blinds shut, I have to have some kind of neon light on, just something to get me in the right vibe. Especially if I'm making drill beats, it's kind of hard to come up with a dark melody when the sun's shining on you. So I do want to get out and enjoy it at some point today, so I'm going to get into the video. And today, I've got a new VST to show you. The team at Soundslate have shown me their new VST Capsule, and I wanted to test it out before I showed it everyone. And to be honest, I was feeling it. It reminded me of arcade with the layout and the different banks that you can get. But with Capsule, it's actually playable instruments. It's not just loops like you're chopping up in arcade. There's a lot of string banks, pianos, pads, bells, everything that's perfect for cooking up drill beats. So I think today I'm going to make a New York drill beat. I'll use sounds from Capsule and see what I can cook up. So let's get into it. Alright, so this is what Capsule's home screen look like. You can see they've got all of the latest releases, popular capsules, popular sounds and instruments. So say for example, you wanted to test out some of the banks. I like using strings, so I'm going to play this one. And these are the type of sounds that are going to be within the bank. Which sounds sick, it's all real instruments. So that's the difference with some plugins. Some plugins are just synthesized instruments, and then some have been recorded from actual instruments, which I always prefer using just because they're more realistic. A lot of the times the quality is better. I actually downloaded some of these ones earlier. So if you go into the bank, you can see the different presets that you've got. So you can download the full bank or just each individual one. But for example, I downloaded a couple hall strings earlier, staccatos and other versions. And then when you open the actual VST in any DAW that you're using, this is what it looks like. So again, if I go to browse, I can go through the different instruments, download the ones that I want, or go to the ones that I've already downloaded. So if I wasn't feeling these strings, I could cycle through some of the ones that I've already downloaded, or go to browse. The local ones are the ones that I've already downloaded, and then cloud is everything else. So as you can see, I've already got a few strings, but if we go to piano, let's see what pianos we got. So you have the main banks on the left, and let's see what this piano is saying. Actually, I did download a few of these earlier. So for example, we've got Concert Grand. That was just one preset from the whole bank. So for example, this other one, I think it's mixed in with some strings. And then even when you're playing it, you can adjust the reverb, echo, phaser, all these different effects within the plugin. You can even mess with the envelope as well. So if you wanted to get more of a UK drill sound, you could bring up the attack. And then each one has a main wheel, so it could be effect, or this one, for example, is the string volume. So I could take away the strings if I didn't want them. So I'm feeling this plugin already, man. I think there's a lot you can do with it. There's some sick sounds, realistic sounds, and it's brand new. So they're going to keep adding to it as well. They're going to keep adding new presets, new libraries. So I'm excited to see what they add. But I think I'm going to go with some New York drill vibes today. So I'm going to use one of the string banks I downloaded earlier. All right, so let's see what progression we can come up with. Yeah, maybe something like that. So when I'm making melodies, there's no set process that I use. It changes quite a bit. So sometimes I'll start with chords. Sometimes I'll literally just start with the bass notes. Or sometimes I'll start with a counter melody and then build chords around it. For this one, I started with the root notes or bass notes. And now in my head, I'm hearing some kind of counter melody. So I'm going to put this in first and then work around it. See how it's just a simple melody. So basically I've got the melody, the root notes of the chords, and now I can build chords on top of it. So I could try with a basic minor chord. Maybe invert the middle note. And then for these two. So I like the sound of that. So I actually switched up the chords. In my head, I thought this was going to be the progression. Really, this is an inversion. So if I bring this up, we've got an F minor chord. All right, now I want to layer this with some other strings. Let's try some short strings like these staccato strings. And what I could try and do is just make this an ARP. So I'm just going to copy the chords, hit F7 to go to the piano roll, paste them in. And then if I hit Alt and A, I've got an ARP. And with the top melody that I had here, I might copy that and layer it with a different instrument. So I'm just going to use Capsule again and find some other strings. Feeling this one, you know. So I think I've got the top half covered, but I want something to take up some lower end, maybe a cello or some kind of bass string. I'm just going to search cello, see what comes up. All right, let's download this one. And then for this section, just to make it a bit more interesting, maybe bring this up. And I'm wondering if they've got any kind of choir vocals. Nah, so nothing we can use from here. Hopefully they add something on though. Like I said, it's a new plugin, so they might be getting around to that. And these middle strings here, I think they sound sick, but there's this bank that I've been wanting to use for a while, and I think this violin is going to work perfect with it. Yeah, see, I think that just complements the other strings a lot better. Alright, so we've got these 4 instruments together now. I might think about adding a choir soon if I can find the right one. But for now, I want to try out some different effects. So what I'm going to do is link them all to the same mixer bus. Let's get an EQ on there. I know I'm going to need to take out most of that bottom end. We'll be around there for now. See, RC22. And I actually want to hear what these sound like pitched up. And this is a gem for anyone that didn't know. But if you want to pitch up everything at the same time, double click so it highlights everything. And then go to this button here, transpose selected. And if you want it bringing up 2 semitones, you'd press 2. If you wanted it down, you'd press -2. Like that. But I want to try it up 2. I just want a subtle bit of sidechain. I just want them subtly in there. I think this perk here, this is just saying my hi-hats in the Prick Kit Volume 3. This is becoming my go-to one. And then I'm just going to use one of my midis from the kit. I think this one. So I'm just laying down the pattern first. I'm chopping it where I want the slides, and then I can put the slides in. I want to take this perk repeat for this one too. And maybe this perk as well. I'm just adding some bounce here. And I'm gonna take this snare from my second kit and reverse it. Let's just get a different sound. Alright, so I think that's enough instruments and drums right now. I might add a couple more effects, maybe some gunshots, definitely some rises, but I always do that when I start arranging it. So I'll finish mixing it, I'll arrange it, and then show you the outcome. Alright, so I finished mixing and arranging the beat. As always, I'm just going to play it through and talk you through what I've done. So in the intro, I've got everything apart from the arpeggio, but I've added effect track. It's like a filter preset.
Cactus.
Added some impacts too. And then we've got the second 8-way pattern. So just going a bit crazy with the slides in this part. Then at the beginning of the verse, I've got that same effect track preset. Sounding cold. I added the second 8-way pattern again here. Brought everything down an octave in this section. It's just little things to keep the beat interesting. And then again, that same effect track preset. Then back to the hook. So in this hook, we've basically got everything. Just little breaks in the drums too. And then back to the verse again. So you'll notice in this one I've got the violin playing all the way through. That's only because when I took the violin out, the beat just sounded way too empty. So to keep it interesting, that's why I've used filters before and after the hooks, and then just small breaks in the drums. I tried playing around with the violin, tried pitching it down, tried using halftime, but none of it was really sounding right. So I just went with this. So even though it's a bit repetitive, there's still ways to keep it interesting. So I hope you liked the video and I hope you're feeling the beat. If you like the sound of Capsule, then I'll leave a link to it in the description and you can get a free 30-day trial. We're also getting real close to hitting 50k subscribers, which is insane. So I'm going to be doing another big giveaway. And if you aren't already and you are enjoying the videos, then consider subscribing to the channel. But yo, thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time.